Welcome to my new blog. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead, subscribe right now. Also, don't forget to share my videos with all your friends, families, someone from work that you think might be interested in knowing news around the world. Go ahead, share my videos. Today, we're going to be doing video number 3 from my series, America Grows, the new threat insight into America, into Latin America. You could also say America because it's going to affect the entire region. This video is this is part 3 of this essential series for the entire American region. Also for the rest of the world. Why for the rest of the world? Because this way we understand how banks, corporations, nationals, and multinationals take over local industries. I am talking about the industry sector in your country, regardless of which part of the planet you live. I want to recommend that you watch this series one more time, from the beginning to the end. Hmm? This will help you understand better the situation. The important thing about these videos is to help you understand how corporations impose policies and politics on other nations, eventually taking over that nation's economy. In this series, you will learn the steps that take place. As I said, it's super interesting and fascinating. In the first video, I inform you of the intentions of the capitalist country against Latin America. Second video, we talk about how the financial area is vital to dominate a region, any region of the planet. When I mentioned the monetary sector, I spoke about the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. These international banks should do business in multiple currencies, not just the dollar. The fact the IMF and the World Bank only use the US dollar to do business with countries worldwide, it can be said they are under the control of the United States policies and politics. These are measures of fourth generation war, the new way that conflicts happen today. Indeed, weapons are a significant part of warfare, but mainly after the mediatic and economical and psychological warfare does not win the dispute. They will try not to use weapons. First, they're going to attack with your economy, your media, and the way you think about your country or about that certain politician, together with lucky governments, in this case Latin America. The United States has Mauricio Claver Caron as president for the next 5 years of the Inter-American Development Bank. It means the entire region of Latin America will now also be under the US economic dominance. All three global international banks are now under the influence of the US or the US corporations, because this what is happening here will not benefit citizens of the US unless you're in the multi-million dollar economy of that nation. The most capitalist nation on the planet. Governments that are friendly to the US policies or to the corporations, multinationals, transnationals policies will get all the financial finance they request, with the condition that they help the US agenda. Still, those nations which do not agree with capitalism, political views, and procedures will not receive any investment for organizations or groups that matter to those nations. And we're talking about health, education, infrastructure, roads, buildings. Hmm? They have the base is already established. Here comes one of the fourth generation weapons, Mediatic Warfare, one of the US most powerful weapons. The US is capable of designing intense mediatic wars to the point that they can bring a country into civil war. It's based on fictional reality created and designed by the corporate media. And an example of this is Libya. Libya, one of the most developed African countries, they had they had global healthcare, they had global education. In some cases, they would even pay the alumni to go to another nation. Hmm? Imagine that. I haven't heard anyone get public finance like that here in North America. You always have to pay, right? It's very rare. Well, let's go on. They made and designed false videos and information totally out of context and truth, which injected a need for aggression or intervention. It worked against Muammar Gaddafi, Libya's president, and it also worked for Bashar al-Assad, Syria's president. Everything has everything was designed through the media with false with flashes and lies. The media created the need for the invasion of these nations. Let us remember that many communication companies throughout our Latin America are private and belong to financial institutions. Many represent the interests of large industries, multinationals and nationals, corporations. These are undisclosed sectors. The only opinion that counts is that of who signs the check. That person decides what point of view gets printed, what gets hidden from the world. The person who signs the check has full control of what gets published. So when we hear broadcasters, they are barely reading what the corporation has authorized for the city to hear. Corporate media analysts have sold out their credibility for a check. For that check, they are willing to say what is convenient to corporations and silent what citizens should be knowing. It is a complete sham. It is a fictional world that they create and design to create dictators, create murderers, and at the same time defend the real criminals. An example, Miss Janine Añez and the massacres in Sencata, Secaba, and Cochabamba. I'm talking about Bolivia. Mm, Hundreds of indigenous people have been murdered, and international media has not heard much of it about it. They tried to clean her image. Um, this porn star, there is a video. I seen it, so I can say that they tried to clear her name, saying that people who lost their lives clashed with armed opposition. Yeah, of course, the Bolivia army, but they're saying it was someone else who attacked indigenous people marching and protesting. Corporate finance news networks lied to the world at all costs. When Arturo Murillo and Janine Añez gave the order to the army to subdue the citizens at all costs. We have come to the end of this video. I do hope you have learned something from here. Don't forget to share this video. Also leave comments of suggestions, whatever video you would like me to do. I'll take the time to do it. At the same time, I want you guys to remember that we have to help each other. And I don't expect you guys to believe what I'm saying, but I have given here small articles. I have posted small articles about things that you may not have heard unless you are in this channel. That's why I'm telling you. There's a lot of things that you probably know, but there's a lot of things that we can still learn from each other. So go ahead, leave a comment, share my videos with someone who you think would be interested in knowing what's going on around the world. Someone that wants to know what's happening beyond your city, beyond your country's borders. And don't forget to always help someone because you might be the only one who does. Until next video, my friends.